Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Off-World Gaming Podcast. It is your host, your boy, I guess it's Isaac. I don't know. I don't really have a gamer name. Sometimes it's Scrub, but I don't know. It just kind of seems a little weird to be like, it's your host, Mr. Scrub-a-Dub. And I don't know why Ghostbusters would be my intro, but hi everyone, how you doing? I'm recording this on Wednesday, the 1st of December, 2021. Kind of wild. We're in the final month of the year. I mean, honestly, it feels like this year's just flown by. Summer was a total blur. Honestly, like, summer just kind of came and went in a way. I guess I'm thinking of last year. Dude, 2020 didn't exist, bro. 2020 was a blackout. It was a crazy month for gaming. I'm sure you all have seen it. You just saw all the games that have come out in November. I mean, November has historically been always the month for new releases. Just so happens to be that this year there was more controversial releases. I don't really remember 2020 too much, except for Cyberpunk. I'm sure there are other games that came out or games I'm totally hyped about but completely forgot about in the blur, the blackout that was 2020. What would we have this month? We had Halo Infinite multiplayer, not campaign, because they just want to get that sweet battle pass money. We'll worry about content later. We're gonna put battle pass up. Battlefield 2042 came out. You guys already know my stance on that. It's kind of just like every game or like everything in life. It's for some people, it's not for others. But I'm just saying, it's not as bad as Reddit makes it out to be. You guys don't know this, but I actually just recorded an entire hour and a half episode last night on just how Reddit is having way too much influence in the public sphere towards video games. And my kind of fear that eventually down the road, we're going to have Reddit priests and Reddit missionaries and I guess popes at this point. Who would be the Pope of Reddit? Just kind of orthodoxically going after gaming studios and giving them permission on what they can or cannot do, and if a game lives or dies. So I don't know. I didn't like how it came out. It was late at night after a long day, so there was just a lot of stuttering. There's a lot of like, I don't know how to talk right now, and just pause this every 4 seconds. So your boy is only so much human. That is a grammatically accurate statement, and I want you all to contemplate deeply. But this episode is a spin-off of my recording last night. Think of it kind of like The Flash after season 1, but before Arrow season 6. I guess Arrow season 1 was like, I'm not even going to get into it. That's just such a rabbit hole. Season 6 Arrow and up. Just, oh my goodness, they ruined the series. Anyway, but it's not Supergirl, Superwoman. I don't know what the TV show was. Superwoman, Super Chick. It wasn't Super Chick. Okay, it wasn't that. What this episode is dedicated to is my announcement of moving this podcast to YouTube, which you might be a little confused as you might even be watching or listening to this podcast on YouTube. And you'd be right, because the main issue of this podcast, the main topic discussion, is people moving to YouTube gaming and why you really shouldn't care. If there is one thing in life you don't need to think about or focus on or give credence to, it is people switching from one platform to another. And I'm just going to give you too long didn't listen. No one cares about you. If you're a streamer, no one cares about you. If you are just a viewer, no one really cares. End of the day, all they care about is money. Companies, I guess like mainstream, just soulless I wouldn't say gamers, content creators. All they care about is money. At the end of the day, I'm not accusing certain people. I'm just saying there's, a sect of people that just care about money at the end of the day. Could care less about you. I'm not pointing at the hot tub streamings, but I am pointing at the body pains. I'm not going to target anyone, but if I had to, for real though, it is a mystery how, I don't know who did it first. I guess it was Ninja moving to Mixer. That is when this all started. So what, 2018? No, was it 2018? 2019? It might've been 2019. No, because Mixer died in 2020. So it had to be 2019. When did Mixer die? Was it 2019? Was it 2020? No, it had to be 2020. When did Mixer die? When did the day the Mixer died? Shut down. July 22nd, 2020. Okay, so it was last year. Wow. I don't remember anyone going to Mixer's gravesite and dropping flowers off on July 22nd this year. Rip to the homie. They were, I guess, a platform. Lots of potential there. So it started with Ninja, and then, of course, we all remember Shroud moving, and that is when their careers tanked. Not so much Shroud. I guess I like Shroud. Mostly Ninja. I don't know. He was kind of like a pioneer, and he was kind of the pioneer that got smallpox. Yeah, that's kind of what happened there. And, of course, we have the very, to this day, controversial scandal, I guess, of Dr. Disrespect getting hard banned from Twitch. And then he didn't really move to YouTube gaming. He just kind of didn't have any other options, I guess. So he moved to YouTube and he started streaming there. He doesn't have an exclusive deal. As I found out a month or two ago, I'm like, oh yeah, he doesn't actually have a streaming deal. And then Facebook Gaming popped up after Mixer shut down, leaving all the Mixer people homeless and in destitution. However, Facebook Gaming, much like Sweden, opened up its doors to many interesting people. And it's kind of weird. I don't hear a lot about Facebook Gaming. I think a No Pixel GTA streamer just went over there a couple weeks ago, probably a month ago at this point. Time's irrelevant to me, so I don't know. When I say last week, it could literally be in August, bro. I don't know what season I go by seasons, not days. Listen, I'm trying to record this right now. My family is having a nice pork chop mashed potato dinner, but I didn't want to go eat because I only have so much time to do this podcast, and I know that I have to decorate a tree tonight. If I eat a pork chop, I'm going to be picking out pork chop for 10 minutes straight. I just can't be wasting time. I'm borderline ADHD, and I have to record this sucker, okay? This is my career. And here's the problem with pork chops. It gets stuck in your teeth. What do you got to do? You pick it out. Oh, heaven forbid you're at a restaurant and you ain't got nothing to pick that out. And then you have to go watch a movie, I don't know, do an IMAX or something for 2.5 hours. Dude, it's going to ruin your experience. Many movie experiences I've had recently have been kind of ruined due to just wow. I have not been to a movie theater in a while. Was it always like this? And it might have been. But I'm saying in this context, I have to stay focused. And that is my motivational speech to you. You don't know when to quit until you quit. So don't quit. It makes sense once it clicks. I understand. Now pay me a check of $5,000 for giving you that speech. Anyway, YouTube. Things popped up. Just yesterday and today because Ludwig, who was a Twitch streamer, he was a pretty large Twitch streamer too. I never really watched him. Apparently he had a cult church following too, pretty much. Just because it was he's so mentally mature. He's so mentally good looking too. I don't know. Mentally mature is kind of like common knowledge these days, and a lot of people lack it. But here's the lowdown on that. I don't watch Ludwig, but Ludwig decided to go to YouTube Gaming. He got a deal, and of course, you also have to have your YouTube. I wonder if it's in the YouTube contracts. If we could get that pulled up, if it says you have to make why I left Twitch video. I mean, from a business standpoint, that's probably the best thing to do is make a why I left Twitch channel. And I just realized my computer LEDs are all purple because part of my channel color is purple. No, I'm not on Team Twitch, but I'm going to change my colors. Green's good colors. I'm sorry, that's a really nice deep color green. So he switched over from Twitch to YouTube. And I'm sorry I got distracted. Like I said, borderline ADHD here. I'm sure I was on a roll and I just quit that. So I do apologize. Hopefully you didn't drive off a highway or something. I might remember it. I don't know. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. So I wrote notes today. YouTube gaming is not a thing. Okay, just forget everything I was just saying. If you want to get down to it, YouTube gaming is not a thing. You're like, wait, all these people are getting streaming contracts through YouTube gaming. Dr. Lupo has it. Timmy the Tapman has it. And now Ludwig has it. So YouTube gaming still isn't a thing. Here's the irony of the situation. There used to be a dedicated YouTube gaming app. Did they bring that back? Let me check. I'm flipping it. Hold on. Let me get the ASMR of me flipping open my Z Flip. Okay, it's flipped. It's in flip mode. You go into the Google Play Store, YouTube, baking. That'd be sick. I'd get a baking deal. Okay, so here's the irony of the situation as I just double checked. If you are young to the whole scene, or I guess just don't really care about gaming, hi, thank you for finding this podcast. There used to be a thing a couple of years back, I'd probably about say 2018, called YouTube Gaming, if not earlier, 2017. I don't know. I remember around 2017 they had it for sure. But they shut YouTube Gaming down for some reason. I don't know what YouTube is doing. I didn't know what YouTube was doing till last night, and I will get into that revelation in a second. But first, I want to thank my sponsor for tonight, you guys. Thank you for showing up, coming out, hopefully liking the content. Check out my Twitch. Check out the YouTube. Check out the link tree because that has the audio podcast because I really want this to be an audio podcast. You know, there's going to be some video interviews when I like interview certain people, and I don't know, maybe I'll move down to video down the road, but yeah, thank you guys for being here. So YouTube gaming is not a thing. It was a thing, but now it's not. And I don't know why all these people are getting YouTube streaming deals when there is no YouTube gaming. And that's what I found out last night. This whole thing is a facade. Okay? It's just a cover up. It wants you to think that YouTube is becoming a gaming streaming platform. Why? They want you to think that. I have a couple clips here from the very wise and very talented and super smart Pokemon and my boy XQC, who I've been watching a lot. So here's XQC talking about Ludwig.
If YouTube want to make a big move, they buy OTV. They buy OTK. They buy somebody. And it's a whole conglomerate of people. But the problem with that is it's gonna be expensive as fuck. That's gonna be so expensive. Dude, if the big streamers were to band together as a big chunk and say, yo guys, we're not signing deals with you guys. We're selling a fucking chunky 1 billion, and you get the whole squad. no billion, nobody. And a story, boom. I mean, what else are they gonna do, motherfucker? What else are they gonna do? Easy, bing, 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 bong. Now if this goes through, I want my 100 million though, because I said the idea, so I want my cut.
Which is a smart idea, which is a very smart, wise business idea. Take the huge chunks of Twitch influencers. I was trying to put two words together. Influential streamers. I'm sorry, I'm turning Canadian. I don't know why. Maybe I've become in contact with the Canadian. I haven't gotten any tracking notification that I've been in contact with a live actual Canadian. But what X said was to buy large conglomerate of streamers. That's smart. Here's the thing, though. It's all business now. YouTube gaming's not a thing. Twitch is barely gaming. Like, that's the last bastion, honestly, is that Twitch still has gaming. Facebook gaming, I guess, I don't know. That's literally like Japan before like the 1600s. Just no one like kind of knew about, like we knew about it. There's kind of like people in and out of there, but they just closed off generally. Yeah, that's kind of what this is. Like, I don't know anything about Facebook gaming. Hopefully maybe I get a Facebook gamer on here. I wonder if I can hook up an interview. I don't know anyone that streams on that. I'll have to get some contacts going. So Twitch, YouTube, Facebook gaming, it is becoming and has become a neo-Hollywood. I'm not trying to get all conspiracy up in here. I'm not trying to get all like crazy up in here, like just far out ideas to stand out. It's literally neo-Hollywood at this point, which is sad. I guess it was inevitable. What do I mean by neo-Hollywood? I mean that people, even up to the Jake Pauls, I guess, the Pauls, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, whoever did it first, they moved out to LA with a hopes and a dream to start a streaming career. Not streaming career, content creation career. I guess not even that, like Disney career. I guess that Logan or Jake was on Disney or something. I don't know, dude. Who watches the Disney Channel past 2005? If that's you, get help. But what I'm saying, how does this compare? You have people, had people, and I guess still have people, especially with TikTok houses, and dear Lord have mercy. They move out to LA because they see all these people successful. You have the Tom Hanks and Tom Hanks' son, Chet Hanks, who's not really successful, but I want to say Chet Hanks because Chet's a baller name. You have the Tom Cruises, and then you have like, I was going to say Tony Stark. You have Robert Downey Jr.'s of the world, and then you have like Tom Holland's, like Andrew Garfield, Toby Maguire's. You have all the Spider-Man. You have all these people. Making movies, successful career. What do people want? To be successful. So they move out to LA. But here's the thing. No one really cares about the smaller people because you are not Tom Hanks. You are definitely not Chet Hanks by any stretch of the imagination. You are Timmy James. I don't like Timmy James. Maybe James is his middle name. Timmy James Kowalski. How about just Timmy? Timmy for short. You're a Timmy, and you want to be a Tom Cruise. I mean, I guess it's somewhat achievable. But again, it's just this grandiose thought. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like streaming has become a grandiose game now. It's now all a business. It used to be a streaming platform for games. I forget what it was before Twitch. But then it was like gaming. I wasn't around for the golden years of Twitch when it was just like League of Legends and like CSGO and just people like playing games and stuff. But over the past few years, it's become inevitable, I guess, since like the adpocalypse on YouTube. And I guess when people, it went from, I guess, 2016 YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like when H3H3 was still making good videos, iDubbbz was still making good videos, you know? There's just like a time where you could go to YouTube and have have fun, like just watch stuff, you know? But now, post 2016, if you know what I'm saying, if you were around, 2015 time, now after all that, it's just money. It's just money. It's about monetization. It's about getting big bucks. And it started small on a corporate scale, but now it's in every single stream, every single person you watch, every single video you watch. It all comes back to monetization. There's a few golden nuggets out there. I like It's a Gundam. He's kind of like an OG YouTube kind of feel. But that's very few and far between. And on Twitch, even more so. Because at the end of the day, it's about making money. I guess Cotton, he doesn't really seem like the big business type. I don't know, but some people hide it better than others. I think Summit, he acts like an OG, and I know he is an OG, but I can see the conflict between him and his like business deals. Almost, it's like the man just wants to make money, and I think he was like number 3 or something. Yeah, Summit 3G. That's what, because he was like 3rd place, like the highest grossing Twitch streamers, right behind XQC. I don't know, but it's like eventually down the road, all these big people just become like sellouts eventually. Like they already have so much money. Is it going to become like sports where you're signing a dude for $20 million to catch a ball in the outfield, and then he's on a contract for 5 years? And it's like, why? And then the prices of tickets go up. And that's the thing. I keep coming back to it. It's not big people getting screwed. It's not companies getting screwed. Screw them. It's little people getting screwed. It's the people that want to go to a baseball game but have to pay $78 for a nosebleed seat and $300 for a decent viewing seat, and then $8 for a hot dog, $7.50 for a soda, $7 for a popcorn, a pretzel $6, water bottle I saw was $5 the other day. At a stadium, at an NFL stadium, $5 for a bottle of water. You can get a pack of water. And it's like, why? Because it's just like colleges. Man, I'm getting in deep, bro. I gotta chill. I'm getting in deep. Come check out the Off-World Gaming Economics podcast. I'll leave it in the description. But it's just like colleges, like, yes, I'm paying $60,000 a year to learn how to play a piano, or I'm learning how to bake a cake. $60,000 a year. I assure you it's all going towards the education. But hey, yeah, we just built this $90 million stadium and this $50 million tennis court. And we hired this coach for 4 more years for $10 million. It's like, yeah, where do you think the money is going? I'm getting deep. I'm sorry. I'm getting salty. I'm in the early stages of saltiness. The tea is coming out of the bag. It's in the French press. It's about to get pressed, so I gotta chill. But let's get it all back to here. YouTube, Mixer, Facebook gaming, Twitch, and MySpace, they don't care about small streamers. It's all about that little thing called Monte, baby. With the dollar signs going like 3 different directions, okay? All capital letters, Monty. It's you guys getting screwed. It's me getting screwed. It's anyone that just wants to stream, it's getting screwed. Because now it's all business model. And I'm not against business model. I'm not against people trying to look at Pokimane. As much as I dislike Pokimane and just everything she's done and all that, I do give her credit. Like she, at times ruthlessly, grew in the business side of Twitch, became like the face of Twitch. At the core, I don't got nothing against that. But why? Why? And I come back to this. I come to this that I was going to touch on. The revelation of streaming. The revelation of people moving from Twitch to YouTube. Here's the thing. If there is no such thing as YouTube gaming, why are they spending so much money on this? Why? Look at everyone coming over. Let's look at Ludwig's YouTube. Ludwig has 2.4 million subscribers. Tim the Tatman, 4.2. Dr. Lupo, 1.83 million. So around 2 million. I guess the average, what would that be? Around 3 million, like 2.8, 3 million. So if they're averaging this all out, we'll just say 2.8 million. 2.8 million average. All these people care about, they're making money from super chats and membership subscriptions. But when it comes down to it, it's just views. It's views for their clips because they want the clips. Because if they can get the clips, they can get the ad money for the clips. Sorry, I'm burping up this monster I had. Oh my goodness. Oh, it tastes so good. They're getting advertising for these clips. They're getting advertising from the streams. They're getting advertising from like 8 different channels. Like Tim the Tatman has like 4 or 5 different channels. All these people getting views of that. Like, dang. That's YouTube's goal. Is not streaming. It's not gaming. It's getting these big names exclusivity over here. And you might have heard this from other people. There's a certain Twitch, the dude who has Twitch connections that makes it all big. I don't care about him, all right? What I'm saying is, I don't care about this guy. I don't care. What I'm saying is they just want the big people over, and that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to go from so many different points of talking, but what I'm trying to say is these companies just want the big people for advertising money. They don't care about little streamers. They don't care about little Timmy that has a 3-person stream. They don't care about off-world streams that could go from 1 to 5 people on a good night. Okay? They don't care about that. They care about what is making them money. All these DMCA just slaps in the face like, yeah, it's law, but they were getting away with it for a long time. And it's like the less people they have to pay, I guess. It's just like, it's like Major League Sports. Like, who's going to show up for a community game? Just like the community members, which is good. I hope there's more of that. But really, the different leagues of Major League, I guess there's like minor league baseball, But even like minor league compared to like a streamer would be like a partnered streamer that gets like 500 to 1,000 viewers a stream. Like that's like minor leagues. Where are all the people going to come from the smaller side? I don't want to get cynical about this because I was sitting in 12th grade math class one time. Big dude. He was big back then. He got ripped and joined the Air Force though. Hope he's doing good. But it was like my sophomore year. It was my sophomore year of high school. I was in a math class. And this was back in the day. Dude, this was like when Rooster Teeth and Machinima were like huge. Rooster Teeth was like the Linus Tech Tips back in the day. Like that's how big they were. And I was overhearing him talking to his buddy about why you can't be a YouTuber anymore. And he just said like, Look at Machinima. Like, you're never going to get that big. Obviously, he was wrong. It's like saying, don't invest in 2001 Amazon stock. It's going nowhere. Okay. Obviously. Okay. But nowadays, I'm wondering if he's right. And the optimistic side of me thinks that you can still make something with streaming. And what I found out from these numbers is if you play it right and if you make some business moves, you don't need ninja numbers. I guess pre-mixer. You don't need ninja numbers to get ninja money. You can get some decent money if you play your cards right, you know, with only like 100 viewers, 200 views, 500 viewers. I guess 500 is a lot, but it's like 100 to 200, maybe 300 viewers. You can make a lot of money like that. If you play your cards right and get sponsorship deals and affiliations, you can get off pretty well. And that's really, it's not that far off to obtain it. But on the other hand, the current climate we're in, I feel like after everything is said and done, and after the nuclear fallout lays waste to everything, yeah, you might be ending up with just like the big people. Like, you're only going to be watching the big people. And I'm wondering if that's what it's become. You know, has the game changed so much? Even when I last streamed, like in like March or April, you know, have things changed that much? Where it's like people won't even come into streams now because they're just watching the big boys. You know, and realistically, like, yeah, they'll probably take a viewer hit for like moving over to YouTube or moving over to Facebook gaming. But in the end, it's going to be people calling shots out, like generals calling shots out. That's what it's going to end up. It's going to be like all these big players making moves, and you just happen to be Sweden. Okay? You just happen to be Poland. That's right. Yeah, you just happen to be Poland, which Poland didn't really do too hot in World War II. Was it Sweden? I think it was Sweden. It was like, yeah, guys, we're just not doing this war thing. That's what I feel like all the little dudes are. Oh my goodness. I didn't play the Pokemon clip. Let's hear this. This is actually an interesting point.
Like, just think about it. Twitch has so many fucking streamers. Do they care about you? Sure. Are they going to care about you to the same level that YouTube, who's trying to get their fifth like big streamer over onto their platform? Of course not. Twitch has less to lose than YouTube does. It's like if you're dating a dude and he has like 4 other girlfriends and you're like the 5th. Whereas if you're dating a dude and you're going to be his first girlfriend ever, like, of course he's going to care about you more.
Oh man, they cut it off right before the Pokemon laugh, where she makes a point that could be considered controversial. She's like, yeah, that. I didn't even know what she said in that. Like, that's kind of what kicked off me wanting to record this. I was kind of watching that clip. Not much there now that I rewatched that. I'm not saying I lose brain cells watching her, but come on now. No, what X was saying, though, with YouTube, like, yeah, it's a smart move. But how far is this going to go? The company I work for said that esports and live streaming is, like, barely even touched potential. And I kind of feel like I'm in my sophomore math class, but I'm the one saying, don't become a streamer now, because you're not going to you're never going to be as successful as XQC, Pokemon. I'm trying to think of like some ones that are like on the lower tier of that list. I don't know, Dr. Lupo. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. I guess just shoot for it. That's what I'm doing. I didn't put that podcast out last night. I spent an hour and a half recording that podcast last night, and I came to the conclusion, holy crap, that was not good. That was not good. I kind of just wanted to give up, and of course I am like somewhat of like an ADHD perfectionist, so I've always had the problem of like people criticizing my work, like when teachers would criticize like a paper I would write, and I would spend like 2 or 3 days just like really hammering that paper out, and then they'd give me like a C- and be like, you didn't try. I was like, what? I poured my heart and soul into that, and I don't really get that feeling like when I would make videos for John. I didn't really get that feeling when a video would only get like 30 views. I just enjoyed it. So what I'm trying to like say with all this is find something you like to do and do it. Obviously, I'm not saying go rob a bank. If you do, I do want a 10% royalty. However, but what I am saying is if you want to make content, make content. If you want to write a blog, write a blog. Find a way to do it. I, on 2 different occasions, this is my second podcast. I did a podcast with my brother about like conspiracies, UFOs, Bigfoots, all that. One, it's really hard to make content for that, like on a continual basis, because a lot of the stuff has been said already. So UFO conspiracy podcast is hard to do unless you have like a knack for it. And I guess I just didn't have that knack. But I had like what I'm saying, like people want to do like blogs or YouTube or Twitch or God forbid TikTok. Learn how to learn a business side of things. There's good stuff that comes from the business side of things. Like I had to learn how to do Podbean. I had to learn apply the podcast for multiple distribution sites, and now my podcast is almost everywhere major. I just got a TuneIn/Alexa thing now, so you should be like, "Hey Alexa, play the Off-World Gaming podcast," and she should do it. So I hope that I just set your Alexa off. If I did, hit that like button, because yeah. But do what you want to do. If you don't want to stream, don't stream. But I feel like everyone should have a hobby. And the older I get, I'm kind of getting deep now, but the older I get, I realize hobbies are kind of important. And I'm not saying like the hobbies where people get addicted and drop like $3,000 on a JPEG spaceship, and then have the audacity to think that they own the company after that. But what I am saying is people that build model planes and fly them, people that build first-person drones, FPV drones, and race them or just do crazy stuff, people that skateboard, I don't know, people that work out, I guess. There's like hobby. Working out's a hobby. It's not a lifestyle, it's a hobby. All right, don't judge me because I'm overweight. But it's like, yeah, dude, find out what you want to do and do it. And that's all I got to say on that. And I got to say, I like talking to the people. I like when John was on. But I feel like if I have John on all the time, and this isn't like just about John, it's about everybody. This is like, I can see why Joe Rogan likes interviewing people. He's always interviewing people. Even when he doesn't have a guest, he interviews Jamie. And like, I see that now. It's good to have a conversation. And it's hard for me to just sit here and like talk about things, because I realize like I'm kind of like more of a writer too. Like when I write the description like for the Naruto thing, I was just laughing, cracking up, and I was just writing that. But it's hard for me to like put into words unless I like practiced. And if I wanted to be a comedian, I guess I would have to like just really like do it repetitiously. Like that's what I did like when I was in drumline in high school, was just repetitiously learn the music and stuff like that. And I would be a sick drummer. I mean, obviously there's people that are more talented than me, but I would just practice it more. So end of the day, here I am. It might not be the best, but I'm putting in my best. And my best doesn't have to be perfection. And I know I'm kind of speaking to more content creators on this one, but if you have a hobby, one, if you don't, would suggest you like find something. Just find something that makes you tick, something you like that isn't destructive. Like spending $3,000 on a spaceship when you only make $5,000 a year might not be the best decision. And that's coming from a very poor financial man. I do not make good decisions. And I'm not saying, oh yeah, my hobby is just taking Oxycontin by the bottle, dude. I put Oxycontin in my morning breakfast. Flintstones and Oxy is what I call it. I spin it up and eat it like a soup. I'm not saying that either. I'm saying get yourself a hobby that treats you good. Treat yourself to something that treats you. Okay, that's what I gotta say. And stick to it. I don't know. I feel like after 2 episodes of the podcast, I should give up. Like, there, I did it. But again, I'm here. All right, enough about me. Enough about people making obscene amounts of money for sitting in front of a computer all day. You know, even though it's kind of what I'm doing. Minus the money part. Big stuff coming up in the future. Future podcast episodes. You have my buddy coming on, my old buddy, talking about esports. Surprise, surprise. He knows uber about it. I know next to nothing. Let's see. In the future, probably pulling some strings. I'm probably going to get a business owner on here, talk about games and stuff. I want to get a game developer on too, if I can pull that string. I want to get a Facebook gamer on here. If you know somebody, you hit me up. If you know a Facebook gamer, I will literally interview anybody that just takes it halfway seriously. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I want to stream and I work towards it actively. Okay? He doesn't have to be a try-hard, sweaty Timmy. He just has to be like, I like streaming Timmy, you know? Like, he likes it. If you know a guy, hit me up. I'll interview him. I'll talk to him. I'll have a convo with him because I know nothing about Facebook. And I might run out of material in the first 10 minutes, as I do with a lot of things I talk about. I'd be like, hey, yeah, Facebook, there's this live button you click, and it's like, boomers come in, and it's like, yeah. And that's it. And that'd be the whole podcast. But you know what? At least I did something with my life. All right, everybody. I got to get out of here. I got to go eat pork chops. I got to go decorate a Christmas tree. And then I got to stream tonight because it's December, and December is for spaceship. So I might stream Star Citizen. I don't know. But by the time you hear this, it'll be over. But if you want to catch future streams, come check me out on Twitter. Oh my goodness, I do have a Twitter, but no, I don't. Don't go to Twitter. Okay, come check out my Twitch, offworld_gaming. Hit subscribe on YouTube, whatever you're listening on. Bless you if you're listening to audio, like Spotify or anything like that. Hit the follow button. Hit up I gotta quit. I'm combining words now. Hit up Alaskan Alexa and ask her to order you an Off-World Gaming podcast. Other than that, it was fun. Good talking to you guys. Hoping to catch you next time. Probably next episode, hopefully have a feature on. If not, you'll just be stuck with my boring, lame voice. Wow. Have a good one.